Welcome back. So today at a request, I'm going to go through step by step how to take a fingerprint live scan, fingerprint appointment. I'm going to go through what it takes, how long it takes. Well, you'll see how long it takes. It'll take a little longer because I'm doing the video, but for the most part, it's pretty quick. And I actually had somebody the other day that I was talking to on Clubhouse, and I said, okay, I'm gonna have a fingerprint. Just listen to how fast it is. So he was impressed because it's literally, it takes like five or so minutes after you get the initial input into the computer. So I'm going to share my screen, but first I'm going to show you that everybody needs to bring one of these. I'm not going to show all the details, but this is a live scan request form. So everybody needs to bring one of those. If they don't have one of those, I cannot take their fingerprints for live scan here in California because there's a number associated with each of those forms. And that's how I lose business, because they don't have the form. They say, hey, it's for a job. I'm like, okay. You know, there's 40,000 agencies here in California that your fingerprint results can go to. So I'm not going to guess, okay? Because they'll have to pay for it again if I guess wrong, and they won't be happy. So let me share my screen, and I'm going to go through and show you what the story is here. Okay, I'm not going to share this. Actually, I'm going to share that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go from everything. So here we go. Share. Okay, so here it is. This is CLEW. That's the software I use. I'm going to load that up. And you can have templates here. Let me hide all these people so you don't need to see all their names and info. So here we go. So these are all templates I've made up. I don't really I use templates if I'm doing multiple people. That's where the templates come in. But if some guy comes up randomly and I don't have a template for what he's coming in to do, I just click on here, California app, and it creates this information. And I'm waiting for an appointment, but I think she bailed on me. So that's just a separate topic. People that make appointments, if you don't collect some money, they won't show up 90% of the time. That's just the world we live in. Okay, so I'm going to put in a code here. This is a difficult code that I have to deal with. So people come up, it's for a job. So this code is particularly related to child care or caring for people. And so they bring that form in, and they always call me, hey, how much does it cost? Well, this is a difficult form, and that's the reason why I brought it, that I'm showing here. See all these choices I can have here? Each one charges a different fee. So for example, if I'm doing childcare less than 6 people in my home, the agency fee, okay, remember in a previous video, agency fee is separate from the rolling fee. So there's 2 fees. So the rolling fee is what you keep, whatever you charge for your services, and the agency fee is what you have to pay the state every month. That reminds me, I have to mail my fees in. It's in the back of my car. I better do that before they cut me off. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Somebody's calling. Let me put this on pause, or try to anyway. Forget it. Hello, this is Jeff. May I help you? Yes, speaking. How may I help you? Yeah, yes, I can help you. No problem. So what kind of document is it? So okay, let me ask you some questions because this will determine the course of action. Does he have a current ID, a driver's license? No. Okay. No. No, he needs to have the original. Does he have a cell phone or smartphone? No. Okay. Okay. So yeah, because I was trying to see if there's a way for him to that we can see and hear him. The notarization can be done virtually. Uh, yeah, we can do that if the social worker can provide him with a smartphone that he can utilize to get it done, then we can. Yeah, that is not legal to do. You have to, the notary, if it's, that's not virtual. Okay, so to do a real virtual notarization, the notary will be virtually on a call with them, and he signs the document electronically, and then it gets notarized, and then it can be returned back to you. It will be okay, yeah, and it will be emailed back to you. So well, do you have the form in your possession? Can you don't waste your time faxing it there, because if we do it virtually, that's not going to help. So if you want to fill out as much detail as you can for the form, and then he just needs to sign it, you can. And if you can email it over to me, scan it and email it, uh, then I can get it, and then I can talk to her about setting up this appointment. The Okay, yeah, in my Clark, yes, CLARK. Oh, okay. My email address is Jeff at clarknotary.org. So clarknotary.org. Yeah. I mean, you can fax it to, if you want to fax it to me, I can take a fax too, if you want to fax it. It's 925 705 4619. Yes. Yeah, we can get it set up for today. No problem. It's just a matter of what has to happen is we need to, and I can talk to the social worker. We need an email provided so that he can get the email to upload his ID, and he'll have to answer some verification questions like where he's lived, like I need his address so that the questions will come like, did you live in this address? You know, they'll ask what kind of car he owns, just life questions that to make sure there's. Okay. Okay. So let me, there's another way we can go around this, and this might be a better way, is to have you be a credible witness for him, and so you need a current ID, and so you'll be on the call. You would be on the call on the video with him, and be able to take an oath with the notary saying that you know your brother and that you don't have any financial interest in the document, and then they'll be able to notarize the document for him. Yeah, then yeah, that's right. You can't be a witness if you have a financial benefit. But if you have somebody that can be, that knows your brother and that can be a witness, then we can bypass the question part, is what I'm trying to get to you, so that you wouldn't have, they just have to be on there and have a current ID and say, yes, I know your brother, and I'm not on the document, and I don't have a financial interest in the document, and then he'll be good to go and be able to sign it electronically and get it done. Is there somebody that knows your brother that can be that witness? Well, no. If we get a credible witness, we won't have to worry about his ID. Okay. That's what I'm trying to tell you, because to do it virtually, he would have to answer 5 questions about his life, and if he can't do that, then he can't even get to the part where it's going to ask him to upload his ID. So it's going to be better to get somebody that knows him, that can say, yes, that's him, and they have to have a current ID. They upload it, and then we can proceed with the notarization, and he won't have to be, his ID won't need to be present. So okay. Acme Live, live scan and notary. Live scan, yeah, I do fingerprinting and notary work. Acme, ACME, yeah. Live scan, LIVE, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. So let me give you my direct line, my direct number, so that you can get directly to me. It's 925-237-1475. Okay. Okay, and just the person that you're trying to get together to be a witness, they need to be able to have a smartphone, a tablet, or a computer with a camera and microphone to be able to be online to be a witness, so that they can communicate with the notary with your brother at the same time. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't, it's okay. He doesn't need to, he doesn't need to remember your best friend. If she is going to take an oath that she knows him, that's all that's required. No. He won't have to do that. He won't have to do that. That's what the witness will take place of those questions. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. No, what's your name? Right. Wow, I'm going to have to cut that out of the video, because that was a long one. That's for setting up a RON for a guy that is in a facility that you have to be vaccinated and have a 24-hour COVID negative test, which is becoming an issue now for people to get things notarized. Anyway, I'll probably cut half of that call out, just so that you don't need to hear all that. Anyway, so back to the basics here. So rolling fee and agency fee. And so I'm going to pick, so here's the difference. So the agency fee, so if you're in, let's just say you're doing a residential child care facility, you're going to have less than 6 kids. Down here at the bottom, the fee is $32. That's what goes to the state, plus your rolling fee. So whatever you decide your rolling fee is going to be, you're going to charge, and that's what you get to keep. So you just add those 2 numbers together and say, this is how much it costs. Okay. And people, they call and they shop around, blah, 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 and try and get cheaper fees and so forth. Okay. But it's very difficult to give a price, because here's the thing. If they come to you and their form, they tell you one thing, and then the form is actually something else, it's more than 6 kids, that's $74 for the agency fee. So obviously that is going to be a different price. So when they come to you and you told them, $32, and then they say, oh yeah, you said $32. Yeah, but your form says it's 6 or more. So the fee is now $74. Now I'm just sharing the agency fee. I'm not going into the rolling fee. You're obviously going to tack that on. So it's going to be whatever that is, plus the rolling fee, the $74 plus the rolling fee. So that's why it's very difficult to give prices over the phone. And this lady, in fact, she had this form and she was supposed to be here at 8 o'clock. And I told her, you're going to just have to come with your form, because it can go from anywhere from $68 to $110, because that's what my rolling fee, right? So anyway, so you get that, you put in the title, whatever the title is. Let's just say it's employee. So type that in. Put in your billing number, okay, whatever that is, their 6-digit billing number. I'm not going to put my number in because I don't want you guys to start billing on my number. And then my rolling number, okay, that's another 6 digits. You put that in, and then you're ready to input their information. So what I do instead of typing in the information is I use a scanner. Okay, so I'm going to scan my ID, and then you can see all my information. I got my ID there, and I'm going to scan it, barcode on the back, barcode. So that's a 2D scanner. So scan that in, and there's my info. And then I usually put place of birth in there, just so that I can put it in there. It's not a required field, but I usually put it in there. And okay, so then we go down to home address. Here's my home address. Sometimes they have moved, their address on their ID is wrong. You just put in the right ID, right address there. Social security number on the form, it asks for that. Put in your social or their social. This form, you put in your social, just in the numbers, and then you hit add, and it puts it in there. You have to hit add. If you don't hit add, it's not in there. It won't collect the data. So I don't, I've never tried this. I wonder if I put multiple socials, it will actually let you put in multiple socials. Yeah, I don't know why you'd have more than one social security number, but who knows? I don't even know. Yeah, weird. Never done that. So aliases, if you're a woman, you got married 5 times and you want to put your aliases in there, you could do that. Okay, you put all that information on the form. I've had one lady, she was married 4 times. I put all her information in there. So yeah, anyway, driver's license number, you put that in there. That's my driver's license number. Employer address. So on this particular form, you have to fill in the employer address. So this is where it's nice to have those templates. If you're doing, sometimes I save people, because this is a high turnover occupation type thing. And people, every time they go to a different employer, they have to get fingerprinted. So if you've been fingerprinted for Jeff Clark childcare, for example, and fingerprinted for Jeff Care childcare, if you go to Sally's childcare, you have to be fingerprinted again. So that's, you put on all that information. So they put that information in, I input all that, and then level of service, you have to put in their, in this particular form, you're going to put in their facility number. If you're like a notary, for example, you put in your license number, birth date. It just depends on what the agency wants to see in that field. Sometimes you don't put anything in there. And then it tells your level of service. So level of service, generally speaking, is going to be California DOJ. that's always going to be checked no matter what. FBI, if they need an FBI check, in this case, they're going to check for child indexing. So those three are checked on this particular form, but usually it's going to be California DOJ by itself, or DOJ and FBI will be checked. And if it's not checked on your form, sometimes they're not checked by default, and you have to go and check it. And if you don't, they have to be re-fingerprinted, and it's coming out of your pocket because you can't charge the person for your mistake. This last one, firearm, if you're doing something with a firearm, that will be checked, and that usually incurs increased fees to do that. Okay, then we go to the fingerprint tab. Fingerprint tab. So you could do, there's two options on fingerprinting. You could do the flat 10, and that's essentially taking your fingerprint reader, your scanner, and you're putting your fingers on there. It's reading them, and which I will do in the second, and give you an idea of what that works like. So here it is, and it will capture it, and you do that for all 10 fingers. Okay. The other option is 14, which means that you're rolling the fingerprints. And I'm actually going to put that on the video just to give you an idea, because when you do 14, it gives you you do actually the flats, the 10 finger flats, and then you have to roll the other fingers. So here we'll do this. We're going to start. And so it's asking for the thumbs. So I'm putting the thumbs on here. I have to touch the silver part because this is electric. So that's how it reads your fingerprints. So you put that on there, and then it starts reading, as you can see there, and it captures. Okay. And then I'm doing the right 4. Okay, so right 4. And sometimes you don't have good fingerprints like me. Oh, yes. There you go. And sometimes, as long as so it's when it has to highlight in green to capture, but sometimes you get 3 fingers that are green, and the fourth one is not. You just force the capture. That's what I do. Okay, a lot of time. But I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to get myself set up. Somebody's looking at my house like they're going to stop here. Weird. Maybe they want something. Okay, so now I'm going to roll fingerprints. So it's going to be your fingernail to fingernail is what you want. So I'm going to do right thumb. I guess I got a customer. It's hard to do it myself. Hi, how you doing? You're here for something? For you're doing for LifeScan? Oh yeah, sure. Oh, perfect. So you need to fill this information in right here.
Okay.
And you have 3 copies.